Hey, yo, Ray.
What it do, son?
Hey, you remember the record, dog?
What record you talking about?
I'm talking about "Shoot 'Em Up" by Nas, man.
Does that one have like that Christmas sound to it?
Yeah, it's like Christmas, man. The Carol of Bells.
Yeah. I love that song. I think it's a great song.
It's a fucking awesome song, man.
Yeah, no, I dig it. I dig it.
Hey, what up, Cornerstoners? My name is Johnny Warbucks, and I am here with Kalishnikov Red. And welcome to our 13th installment of Remember the Record. 13, man. Today we're going to be talking about a deep cut classic, "Shoot 'Em Up," which was first released on the album Nostradamus back on November 23rd, 1999. All right, but before we talk about any of that, let me quickly ask you, Red, what have you been listening to recently, man?
Ooh, that's a good one, man. I actually, right now, honestly, man, I'm getting into this like lo-fi feel.
Yeah,
and,
I love lo-fi.
There's actually like this guy named
Lonely Boy,
who like took sort of like was inspired by Black Sunday.
Oh, word.
So like a lot of the songs that he has, like he'll have like, but it'd be like echoey and like nostalgic. You know what I mean? So every song that they have, he did like a version of like a lo-fi, and it's no acapella or no vocals, just the beats. That's tight. It's tight. And I just be on that tip of just driving and listening to like tight instrumentals right now.
Man, shout out to Only Boy and Instrumentals, man.
There you go.
I recently took a trip out to Chicago.
Chi-Town, Chirac,
the go. You know, Joe. Yeah, dude. So I of course was listening to a lot of Chicago influence, man. A little Common, a little older Kanye West. I was listening to a lot of Twista.
Of course you listen to Twista.
Dude, Adrenaline Rush.
This guy, Twista.
What can you say to make me see how the fuck I feel? That make me want to jump over the edge. Let your adrenaline rush.
There's a song I actually heard from recently. It's like about a gun. And it's like I can't remember. It's like it's cool because it's so like say that like it's tight. It's tight. I just can't remember. It's like I saw like a little clip of it on like TikTok or something like that. TikTok has got some good music. Man.
TikTok does have some good music. A lot of the beats, man, I'll be hearing them. I'm like, I know that record.
Yeah, right.
Yo, yeah, it's funny, man. It is actually pretty cool. You know, that kind of reminded me of this song, "I Gave You Power" by Nas. He's rapping about being a gun, you know? Mm-hmm. And listen, man, I mean, this is our first time doing Nas on this show, right? But, and this, it's like, is this the record that we want to do?
So, there's many records that Nas has.
So, and look, we got, when things pan out correctly for us, man, the show will become more constant. And when that happens,
yeah, we just do whatever we want.
Dude, we'll hit up a whole bunch of stuff.
So all right, originally,
but it's Christmas. So it's the holidays.
You want to do Christmas or Holly?
I want to do Christmas or Holly.
But I'm just like, I mean, it's too on the nose. It's a good song, but it's like, come on, we can be a little bit more panache. But so I was like, all right, what sounds like Christmas was gangster.
And this is probably, in real talk, this is probably the most violent record I think Nas ever put out. Right? And it's Carols of the Bells.
That one where he does the math, where he's like one.
Yeah, the opening bars.
Yeah.
When we get the bar highlights, I'm definitely talking about the opening set, man, because that was definitely what set it off. What we're gonna do here, man, is we're gonna jump into the stats. All right, let's talk about the stats here. About "Shoot 'Em Up," and more specifically, Nostradamus. This one was not a single that was released, right?
Right.
So "Shoot 'Em Up," Nas, all right, was recorded in 1999. Let's see, first album appearance, Nostradamus, all right, 1999, yeah. Recorded at the Hit Factory in NYC, which since 1969 has moved into 6 different locations.
Well, I remember you saying something that some other artists we talked about was recorded at the Hit Factory as well. Like
there's mad. I mean, the Hit Factory has just about everybody that's ever done a record.
Right.
So anybody from like Biggie to DMX, Rakim, everybody's done something. Yeah. And it was hard to locate where this specific song was recorded, man. It was like everything online is very generic about like these are the studios that he recorded at. I had to find like an old vinyl press off of some site that was selling it to get to it.
See, this is why you guys gotta respect what he does, man.
Come on, I mean, look, I think it's important to talk about these studios. These studios are, iconic locations where music has been made.
I'm just saying, like, what you do, man. Because look, like, he puts in so much education, so much like time, and like, figuring this shit out. And sometimes it doesn't. Like, we had what the one week right before this one too that we had a little bit of an issue with.
Oh, Rock On,
yeah, with Funk Dubious. It's like
I had to dig on that one too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It wasn't just right on the nose.
This guy is putting. Man, I appreciate him doing his work on this, man. Because like I don't do it.
But shout out to the Hit Factory, man. It's been making one banger after. They call it the Hit Factory for a reason, man. Just about everybody's done a record out there. The label it was released on was Ill Will. This is Nas's personal imprint. R.I.P. to Ill Will. After he passed on, he named the record label in his honor, and obviously that's then pushed through Columbia.
Yeah.
Columbia Records. So producer is Havoc.
Which is interesting.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that when I was coming into this.
He's a great producer, though, man.
He also helped pin it a little bit. Doesn't exactly state where and when and how much or what, but writers' credits are both to Nas and Havoc. The song is only 2 minutes and 53 seconds. This is a 2-verse joint.
Hold on, real quick, just to give you guys a heads up. We have a different background here because this is now my spot. That's my dog, and this introduction is you're gonna be hearing him throughout our stuff.
He's gonna be giving shout outs left and right.
So just ignore him. Let's just go on.
All right, so as far as samples go, this is real straightforward. So the entire instrumental was formed and penned by Havoc, right? But obviously the flow was inspired by the Michael Leontovic 1916 Carol of the Bells.
I didn't know that was 1916.
1916, man. This has been a staple in the holiday region forever, and it's been used by mad heads. Bulldogs of Harmony did one. Ritz did one. I mean, I've heard. I think Joel Santana might have done it.
But you know what? No,
Jules. I'm saying Jules Santana.
Oh, Jules Santana. No, I still gotta give it to this version of the.
This is the most interesting one because he chose, instead of using the sample to sing along with, it's a completely different instrumental, and he's just singing in that style. And why he did that is beyond us. Because when you hear it, it doesn't sound like a holiday style record. The piano is very melancholy and morbid, and not dark per se, but it's definitely like dark.
Not cheery and not Christmas.
It's not Christmas. and what he's rapping about is ultra violent for even for Nas. Like, it's a very ultra violent record. The only other piece, and it wasn't a direct rip because it's Nas's voice for that kill, Tupac. Murder. That came from Tupac's Life's So Hard When You're Living Like a G.
And it's interesting because like 3 6 Mafia also sampled that at the beginning.
I remember that. Kill, murder. That was like a part of the hook though. Yeah. So this is and this was an unreleased version because the version that we heard came from Gang Related soundtrack and had Snoop Dogg on the record, and you don't hear that kill.
Oh, okay.
So like this was pulled from like the unreleased like library, which is kind of funny because this whole album is
it's a mishmash.
Is a unreleased mishmash, and we'll talk a little bit more about the background of Nostradamus down the road during the show here. But that's basically the background. As far as certifications, this album did go platinum in the U.S., silver UK, gold in Canada. As far as charts go, on the hip hop R&B and hip hop album Billboard, number two. I don't know who beat him out. Number 7 on the U.S. Billboard 200s, and then it dropped down to 18 and 86 respectively by the end of the year. So people heard it, they were feeling it for the time, and then they moved on to
this album.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I guess I'll talk about this side note, and that's going to go right into that. So it was originally intended, this album was originally intended to be composed entirely of material from sessions from I Am and released in October. But in response to bootlegging of that material, release was postponed 1 month for Nas to record new material for Nostradamus. It received generally kind of mixed reviews from critics and has been regarded by some as Nas's weakest effort.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that.
Yeah. So, can we proceed with that part of the...
Yeah, well, just a full clarification. What happens is Nas is going to release this album called I Am, ... the autobiography, and it's supposed to be a double LP. And that LP was one of the very first MP3 streaming bootleg albums. Nas's entire project got ripped apart. And so I Am is only a single CD, but it's also only pieces of that autobiography. And then over the course of a couple of years, you get Nostradamus, which is comprised of a lot of that. You get the Lost Tapes, entirely comprised of tracks that were supposed to be from that. And then a couple of songs from QB's Finest were supposed to be a part of that project. So this is just like a very interesting part in Nas's career where, one, like sonically he's changing dramatically. You know, a lot of people are like, can he capture Omatic in a bottle again? It was dope, but it was a little more commercial.
So yeah, his metamorphosis.
So this is like a very big change, and it wasn't until this moment, and then afterwards we get Stillmatic and Godson, and the rest is history after that. But yeah, go ahead and speak on it, man.
So, okay, growing up with him and with my other boy Khalil, and a lot of just our general circle, it was Mobb Deep and it was Nas. That was it. That was everything. Everything revolved around that for a moment in time. And I remember that all my friends, they didn't really dig this Nas album, and it's not like I didn't really dig the other Nas's albums, but I found that this album was a little bit more philosophical to a degree, and more just different, and more like, I don't know, like more interesting. And when I say that, it's like, because when you listen to, and they keep this in 1999, right? So when you listen to that album, there's songs like A Brand New World or whatever, and like that one samples Toto Africa. That dun 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 dun. So what he talks about in that song, though, it's like 20 years into the future. Yeah, it's 20 years into the future. It talks about online's see you later, like Microsoft see you later. It's like, this is when we're just getting into
people aren't texting anymore. They ask for the email.
Yeah, it's like, and then like this is just getting into that world where we didn't really know what was going on.
The internet was still pretty fledgling.
Y2K, remember that shit?
That was a big fucking deal.
So like hearing that, man, and then he even talks about we respect Donald Trump, not for
that.
You see what
in that
saying?
Song? Yeah, man, I was thinking about it when I was listening to that. I was like, yo, this is a product of its time. Because hip hop loves Donald Trump.
Yeah. But
they loved him for the entrepreneurship. They loved him for his money and his
but when Nas said it really was like, it like sealed it. And then a couple of years, what is it? Maybe 1999. So it's almost 20 years later, you get Trump, and it's like we all respect him for his cake. And stuff like that. So that, to me, that album is really tight. Then like, you know, the Everybody's Got an Angel, that one's amazing. Final word or final last thought. Last words from a dying slave. Yeah, man. I don't know why this. Okay, I know.
And that verse on that one.
Yeah, that's
where Nas is in. Shout out to Nation. At the time was Millennial Thug.
Yeah, Nation came on tight too, man.
He was tight, but Nas did a whole verse from the perspective of a prison cell.
Yeah, man.
It is a hard. I was listening to that this morning.
That's what I'm saying. It's such an intricate, like interesting, like philosophical. Like I've never heard Nas like this on any other stuff. Now the evolution of Nas, like I love Nas. Don't get me wrong, but I loved him the most up to The Firm. And The Firm was like, for me, that was like it. Like you can't get any more than that. Then when he came out with One Mic, like
that was years later on Godson.
That was years later, but honestly,
I was just watching that video this morning, yo.
I was listening to the song.
Everything about the song and the video, is so powerful today.
Yeah, but see, this is when this is where I'm just like,
it's one of his best records.
It is, but the video, I saw that he had like a Che Guevara pin, and I was like, okay, it's cool that you have that, but you're not dead Prez. You know you're Escobar. You're fucking Nas Escobar. That's why I'm like, The Firm is like where it like stayed for me, because that was like the epitome of like the
that
greatest,
persona.
the where the capacity of that persona could get to.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I like dun 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 dun, like that, man, that piano, everything on that. So going back to this album, like I saw him. This is the beginning of that change. You know what I mean? Where it's becoming more philosophical, more introspective. You know, so it's like you're not so much
street
right.
Reporter.
Street dreams,
Yeah.
not that anymore. You know, and it's cool. I respect it, but really, I mean, but you know, like Nas Esco is Nas Esco, man. Like that's just who's my, like that's what I, that's you know my growing up in. So today, Nas, right?
King's Disease, Magic.
I love Nas. And this is the thing that I'm gonna say that applies to him today, in my perspective, that didn't apply that much back in the day. Everybody was saying Nas needs to find himself a producer and stick with him, and
he listened,
but not that producer.
Yeah. I understand what you mean. Look. I mean, there's a lot of records that are like "Oh Honey," like sonically, but Nas, I think, is at the top of his game right now in a lot of ways. I
think lyrically he's at the top of his game. I think musically right now, just I'm telling you, like if he came out with like a whole like the same amount of tracks with just Premier,
that'd be fucking fun.
And that's where I'd be
Premier's
like,
Premier's on this album.
I know, but I'm saying
and that record is super dope.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like it fits him. It has that whole New York feel. It has everything that like is Nas. So I wasn't too excited about like his newer stuff. He's prolific. I love what he talks about. Just his music. It's just like, all right. Like I just didn't. I'm not a big fan of that guy. What's his name?
Hit Boy.
I'm not. I mean, look.
Shout out to Hit Boy. I like him.
Like he's alright. Like, this is the other thing too. It's like Cypress Hill with Black Milk. I'm like, nah. It's just he doesn't.
Shout out to Black Milk. I like Black Milk a lot too.
Like maybe I'm just like that. Maybe I'm like if it's not
stuck in the 90s.
Old man. I'm like if it's not
screaming from a stoop.
No, if it's not like okay, like Farsight isn't Farsight anymore.
Yeah, right.
And, you know, Ghetto Boys isn't Ghetto Boys without Bush Bill. You know what I mean? So it's like you're just not you're whoever, you're Scarface, you're you know whoever, be real, you're whoever, but it's not Cypress Hill, you're not Ghetto Boys, and you're not Nas Escobar anymore. You know what I mean? So
I can respect it.
You know, that's where I'm at.
We'd love to hear some opinions in the comment section about it, because like there's a lot of like, you know, there's the fair weather Nas fans, right? And they're going to tell you that he had 2 good albums and everything else has been trash ever since. And the main thing is that his beats are trash, right? That's always been like...
And see, that's the other thing.
Like, underlying thing.
Like, for me, his prior albums were amazing.
Yeah.
But people are like, no, his beats are trash. And I'm like, you're telling me that the Street Dreams is trash. You're telling me that...
I Gave You Power.
You're telling me that that other one, I Say You Love Me.
Undying Love.
All this is trash.
You fool.
All this is trash.
Heads that say like I Am is not a good album.
I Am is just I Am, period.
Can I get on this? Like, so I'm a late bloomer to the game. Everybody, I say this every episode. I know that. But like, so Nas, when I first discovered Nas, heads were talking about Nas. I probably heard a song here and there, maybe, but it was I Am that put me on to Nas. And so for me, this is a very nostalgic album for me. And I never had a chance to hear Illmatic in its fullness, right? I heard like, you know, One Love, all the singles, right? You know, all of those records. It Ain't Hard to Tell and all that. But like, and then I get to it. It was written, and I thought that was an amazing record. The record and the whole album, you know, and I was just blown away by that. But the first wow experience for me was years later, where I pick up. I'm like, I'm gonna go and find out what this Illmatic is about. And I hear New York State of Mind, the first record.
I love that bass.
The beat, yeah, the record itself. And now by this point,
that bass is that jazz, that boom.
And by this point, I've basically memorized the lyrics to New York State of Mind Part 2, right? Like, that was New York State of Mind. I didn't have this to compare it to. And so the very first time I hear New York State of Mind and you hear his rhyme scheme, It was, running through the hotel lobby, probably full of children, probably couldn't see as high as I. Just the way my jaw was dropping. Don't put my shit in the box if your shit eats tape.
One after the other.
It was just, God damn. Like, literally, that was the first time I ever had, like, that, like, wow. And when I Am was around, like, this is around the time, like, Cannabis, Big Pun, Chino XL, Eminem, and all of these, like, hyper lyrical MCs, like, start getting introduced to me. And I'm, like, really into that. And so I respected Nas for what he was and what his style was. But, like, I was really gravitating to this other stuff. So when Nostradamus came out,
you're like, womp, 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 womp.
This record comes on the radio. I see it on BBC or whatever. And it's all like Escobar, and it's Nostradamus, and then this other record with Genuine, with like Timberland, like, and we're talking like Magoo, Timberland.
Yeah.
Shout out to Virginia and shout out to Timberland and all that, but like, I was like, this isn't it.
No.
And so I legit skipped Nostradamus, and everybody else was saying it was trash, so I just jumped on that bandwagon. Guess when I heard Nostradamus in its entirety? In this past week. So this is brand new music for me, man. And coming off of the fact that by the time you hear this, Nas will finally officially release what is considered supposed to be the full double-length I Am the autobiography. And you can hear where all of these records from Nostradamus and Lost Tapes and QB and all that stuff line up into I Am, and what songs from I Am are missing.
Right,
like, there's no Hate Me Now on that.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And when I heard that record, man, that used to be a record that would get me like fucking ready. Like, dude, you can hate me.
Except for Puffy, man. Puffy,
I didn't even. I like this. I like the way this feels. I don't give a shit. I love all of it. I love all of it.
I mean, Puffy.
I hate you too.
It's like I hate Puffy, but honestly, like,
yeah,
he was perfect on that song.
Yeah, it was great for that.
Yeah, I mean, he's perfect on all his.
Can't stop. Yeah, I think even at the ending, he's like, I can't stop. I told you I can't stop. I think that's how you ain't never gonna stop. Yeah. So like, hearing Nostradamus today with just the slate, I'm gonna hear this so I can hear it, so I have the full understanding of it. Man, there are some records that I missed.
Yes, you did, man.
I missed some records because people were like, it's corny, it's whack. First off, like, this lady, Jessica Care Moore, this poet, she's a famous poet. She opens and closes the album. Her shit is fucking amazing. Like, she sets an amazing tone, and we get right into Life We Choose, which the IES record, that was a fire record.
So there's so many.
It gets right into it.
I think two songs on this that I don't like, and it's the singles.
Yeah, it's the singles. Yeah. The Nostradamus, and everything else is dope.
Yeah.
I mean, some of us have Angels, Project Windows.
Some of us have Angels.
Yeah.
Look, and he doesn't like it, but I like. She's a big girl.
No.
Like,
once again, this.
You have a daughter.
Yeah, well, yeah, but that's not what he's talking about.
I know, but it's still like.
He's talking about you was daddy's little girl, now we like sexing. Like, I don't want that.
I guess maybe that's why you don't
like it. It didn't age that great. The Genuine record didn't age that great.
Oh, man, no.
The whole record is about.
Talking about aging great. You see, sorry to interrupt, but this is just the natural. Boys to Men have a Sprint commercial out.
Oh, I think I did see that though. Wow. It's, dude, look, man, I mean,
everybody has to do what they gotta do.
Get your check, man. Get your check, Boys to Men. You know, shout out to Boys to Men.
Like,
we love
you guys were gods, now you're
doing this stuff, yeah. But like, no, the Genuine record, the whole song is about, like, I'm letting you hold, like, my jewelry, my ice, so you owe me something in return.
Right.
But I'm giving you something, so you know you got to give me something. And the whole record is about basically, like, buying pussy from people. And it just doesn't, I don't know. This would have been a better record for Mace to do or somebody like that. The video even the video looked like a Puff Daddy video. And as far as the big girl joint, like, look, the flow is awesome because I'm into that. Like, it was at that time after Biggie did Notorious Thugs.
I honestly think this is the first time it flows. Like,
well, he on I Am, he does Big Things. Now I'm on the Big Things, and so he does it. He does that rhyme pattern there too. But this is the first like full song that's in that style.
I know now he does it like
a couple of records, yeah.
But
in my opinion, on that record, hyper missed opportunity to not have Crazy Bone on that joint.
Yeah, I can see that.
Only because, I mean, the sound of that record, the hook on that record, the way Nas is flowing on that record, Crazy Bone would have been an amazing thing.
I could definitely see that.
I think that was a missed opportunity for them.
Well, you know, it's a lot of times like we place the blame on the artist, but in essence, it has a lot to do with record labels, man.
Well, it's record labels, but it's also like, look, I mean, shout out to one of our homies, this cat, we're going to call him Shades of Blades on this show. Shades is a big bootlegger. He likes to download his music, and it doesn't affect anybody. This album wasn't what it was because people stole it and put it out, and he had nothing to sell. And so he creates a couple of new things. He chops this album up, and the Nostradamus is the exact same thing. He takes his leftovers, and half of that's getting bootlegged. So he creates more new stuff for Nostradamus, and then years later creates the Lost Tapes on records that everybody at that point had, in some really poor form or fashion, had heard already. It really butchered the chronology of what was going to be Nas.
Because I remember...
what would have happened after I Am the Autobiography? Because Nostradamus, Lost Tapes, and QB's Finest, none of that would have been what it is.
And you know, it's crazy because, like I remember around that time, it was like 99, 98.
No, it was 98, 99, yeah.
Where, what was the main thing on the computer?
Yeah, Napster, man. LimeWire.
LimeWire, Napster. The main thing, I remember, I was even part of that whole... wave. It was that one song.
It was new and it was accessible.
It was that one song. And I remember this. And it's fucking Nas, Rakim, and Alicia Keys. And everybody downloaded that song. And I was like, yo, I got the song. It's Nas. It's crappy, like quality. But I was like, I got this chunks. But yeah, and that was like when Dre and Rakim were gonna do something, but like...
yeah, and then that fell through too.
Yeah,
I mean, it was a weird era for hip-hop music because at this point, everyone is transcending into the R&B thing.
Well, not only that, but like the business aspect of
they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, because now we're going to like, well, at that time it wasn't streaming, but we were at the doors of streaming.
Yeah.
Like, so...
we were at the illegal version of it. We were at the pirated version, the torrent version.
So then it's like, it's fun. So then it's like, what happened, what approach to record labels have?
Yeah.
And to this day, it's like the record labels even really matter anymore like they did in the 80s. Like,
not in the same
I have my shit online.
Yeah.
He's got his shit online. Like, you know, we don't need like...
it's like now anybody can become a rapper, but at the same time,
everybody can become a rapper.
Yeah,
and that's
and it's really probably diluted the music a lot.
Yeah, and like, you have to search, but at the same time...
but it's opened up a whole world for people.
Yeah, because it's not like, okay, when you listen to like the radio, for instance, and you have like the same 5 songs 15 times a day for 3 months. Shout out to Saga, because man, fuck that. But I'm just saying, it's like we don't have that anymore. You have to search, we don't have it. So I think that changed everything, and including artists on how their albums were going to come across. And was it even intelligent to make any more albums at this point? They're just singles.
Because singles were becoming, remember the what do they call them, man? They call them ringtone rappers.
Yeah, the ringtone.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Like at one point it was like, I just need this one jingle. I need this one jingle, and I'll make my money, and I can bounce. Mm-hmm. And that's when that whole thing kind of like took a whole other turn. I mean, look, the evolution of hip hop is an incredible thing. It's a beautiful thing, and we look. I mean, we can't be gatekeepers. We have to pass those batons on to new people. I know you are, man. Like, you shut shit down. Like, listen to what you've been saying about our man Nas. But the reality is that like when we were coming up, all those other cats from the 70s and 80s were like, yo, they're destroying it. They're destroying it. They're destroying it. So as it should be. So here we are saying the exact same thing. And it's going to continue to grow into what it becomes. And there's always beautiful shit in between it. There's always jewels to pick out.
Definitely, I agree with
you. So hip hop hasn't died. It's just it's growing up.
It's funny that you say that hip hop hasn't died because.
The cats don't act right.
See, this is what I'm just saying, man. Like
Nas has always been. He's always been on the pulse.
Yeah, man. And the beauty about Nas, man, that I'm always gonna, despite if I like or dislike his producers, or I dislike or like his songs, or whatever, he is the embodiment He is the last. He is the only one who's keeping like that feel, that era alive. Because you go to other rappers that are from that era, and they're I gotta rap like this. I gotta be doing this. And yes, I mean Nas is doing that too, but he's still. You're just like, nah, man, that's my Nas right
there. That's Nas all the way.
That's my Nas, man. He embodies hip hop, man. He is hip hop. It's just. When he dies, one can say maybe hip hop died. Hip hop is dead. You know what I mean? But like
that'll be his posthumous album. Hip hop is actually dead.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Shoot, I can't even think of that.
We don't want to think Nas forever.
Nah, man. And lucky we got to go see him.
Yeah, it was an amazing show.
And an amazing experience because in that one song, the streets. Imagine.
No, that's If I Rule the World.
If I Rule the World, yeah. Imagine black, white, Latino, and like. Smoking weed in the corner, whatever, not getting home. But basically, it was me, John, my white guy, and Khalil, our black friend. It was that what he was saying. So I'm like, Nas to me.
That bar did hit very different then.
From that point forward.
It hits different now every time I hear it.
Every time. And that's why, I mean, I give it to Nas, man. Like, Nas, I just think that, I thank God that he's still doing his thing.
As far as the Nostradamus prediction stuff, man, I mean, you got it on that New World, that's for sure. Now, there's a skit in here that also did a little prediction. Do you remember the skit?
I don't remember.
Do you remember Hydro Drops?
No.
So he's got this whole sketch where it's like this, like, ad, and they're like, I used to get burnt fingertips and cotton mouth until I tried Hydro Drops. And now Hydro Drops, so I don't have to worry about any of that. And people are like, what the fuck is he talking about? And here we are today with the tinctures doing our little Hydro Drops. So, like, we don't have to deal with that no more. He put it on the record back in 99.
See, that's why I think...
Granted, this was something that was going on, like, since, like, China.
Right. But still...
Ancient. But, like, in modern, like, it was always blunts, man. Blunts and bongs and joints and shit.
The white boys. I fucked with the white boys. The white missiles.
The bullets, man.
The bullets, man. That was the...
Goddamn, the bullets.
After somebody taught me how to make the bullets, I was making bullets all the time. Seriously, like I used to walk like through the back to go to my job, and I didn't have a car, so I'm like, just make a little bullet, and then I'm finished. I'm
quick, fast, blast,
like, what's up? but yeah, man. No.
So I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of meat in this record.
Yeah, man. Look,
the album has a lot more to it than I think. I discredited it, and I regret it.
I never discredit, never regret it.
I think for heads who say that this is a weak album, I say, have you listened to it recently, and have you played it from top to bottom? Mm-hmm. And if you need to skip over anything, skip over the radio records.
Yeah. I think
because there's a lot of good stuff.
And honestly, the radio records are the only two songs I was like, get the fuck out of here, this or whatever. And for the longest time, both of us thought Uchi Wally was on this.
I thought, man. I mean, even this morning, I was saying that to him. I was like, I swear to God, Uchi Wally was on this record.
When he said that to me, I was like, wait, it's not.
No, man, it's on the I think the QB soundtrack, the remix. But like it's, I don't know, man. Like this was that era where I was really just turned off by what he was doing visually, like in front of us. But the album itself.
So let me ask you something, because I don't necessarily like. The one with the kids.
I know. I can.
Okay.
That's.
I know I can.
Is that from Stillmatic? I love that record.
See, I love the idea of it. I love what he talks about. I just don't like the kids on the because it just ruins it for me. Like, and I understand.
It's a record I can play in front of my daughter.
See, that's why for me it's ruinous.
No,
it's a good record.
And it talks about. I mean, what he's talking about.
I love what he talks
is for young black kids.
Yeah, no,
but outside of like those handful of bars where he's going into that, it's a record that can tap into anybody.
No, that's what I said. I love what he talks about. I love everything. It's just the music is like. Yeah. I mean, it's a tight idea.
Love the sample.
I don't like the hook. I don't like.
That's all right.
I just want to like kick them.
Man, it's a holiday season, man. It's for the children, man. This record here has all of that, like da 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 da. But everything the man's rapping about, dude, like the opening bars. I mean, at the very beginning.
That's my jokes right there, man.
Like if we're looking at highlights, it's how he opens it, right? He's like 144, 245, 3 loaded clips, 4 homies roll, 1 brother drives, 500 beds, 6 reasons why this kitchen died. We're shooting every motherfucker outside. Like what the fuck, yo? It is so fucking hard, dog. Like the whole record is like that too. And
it reminds me of like the scene of Heat. I don't know why, but it has that.
So there's a movie actually called Shoot 'Em Up, and I had never seen it. And when I was trying to find like any kind of music video on this, somebody had dubbed the record over top of the movie, and the movie is just ultra violent. And so every single part where he's like 144, the guy's like pulling up a 44, he's got the 2 9s, and then like he just starts lighting up everybody in the room, and it's like the perfect video. No, it's so good. Yeah, so that's something y'all should try to check out. It's on YouTube somewhere, man.
No, that song is tight.
But I hear what you're saying. Like any of them, like big shootout moments, like this is a great song to play in the background. Shoot 'em up, just shoot 'em up.
Nah, but I do like the aspect of that sample.
I mean, it's done unlike all the other ones.
Yeah, that's why
all the other ones, it's legitimately like instrumentally used, and the way they sing it like
right.
You know, whatever. Like he is doing that melody, but he's still rapping, and he doesn't do it so throughout where it's the only thing you hear. Like he does go back to just other bars, and he'll bring it back up.
Yeah.
So like you get the vibe of it.
So 99, that means I was. What I remember.
We're on the verge of graduating.
Yeah, so I was like, but I was older than everybody. So I was already, I think, 18. You guys were like 17. Yeah. You guys were 18. I was 19. But like the listening to that, I'm just like, and at that age, I'm like, I thought it was so gangster. I'd be pumping that shit in like the white neighborhoods. Shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up, shoot 'em up. What? It's like, man, and like that beat though, like. I don't know. That's who's the
Havoc. Havoc and Mobb Deep.
Yeah, man. Havoc. I gotta give him on that.
Havoc is at times the top 5 producer.
At times,
because it's hard for me because at like
times, right.
I want to give him his flowers because like real talk. Like I mean, what do we always say? We talk about RZA. We talk about Premier. We talk about Muggs. I always throw in Dr. Dre myself. I know you don't. And then Havoc deserves a spot there.
Well, see, but the thing it's like, but this is the issue that I have with some of these producers is that like they're not known for anything else but Mobb Deep. They're not known for anything else but
that's what makes it tough.
Yeah, and then when you find out that Muggs did this or that Havoc did that or
it's all like RZA too.
Yeah, you're like, what?
RZA did that one record on Life After Death for Biggie.
Which one?
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Really?
That's his beat. That boom, boom.
I had no idea.
And like when you hear it, you're like, what?
See, this is what I'm talking about. So this is my issue. It's like you have such good producers that you just don't know.
You pigeonhole them into their spot.
90% of the music they make, right,
is in their spot.
Yeah, man. It just wish like Busta did a song with Twista. Busta did a song with Q-Tip. Busta,
very, very clear. Yeah, I think nowadays they're more apparent about it. Like they'll be like, this is a premier record.
Yeah.
But like back then, the only way heads were really doing it is if we looked at the song
for the longest time, man. That rock the mic like Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, that was one of his songs.
No idea, man.
Yeah, man.
No idea. And then like Beatnuts, another one. You're just like, what? They did this? Like, so I'm just saying, it's like, I just wish it was more known. Because this song and Havoc himself, like, just on Mobb Deep is, he's a producer on Mobb Deep.
But he's a nasty rapper. And people only talk about Prodigy.
Yeah.
He deserves flowers, man. The guy and it's not like he doesn't just, rip samples. That's the other part, right?
He does.
When you hear how that came to be, when you hear the original sample, you're like, I don't even hear that in the record, because he lowered it down, he slows it down, he takes this piece and the way he loops it back to the beginning of a part that's already started. It's hard to catch it just listening to it.
Well, that's the beauty of again, that's where my thing about production skills is, well, different than other people's, because other people's are like, nah, I think this person's is a great producer. I'm like, no, because for me, a great producer is taking something and creating something brand new. But there's argument, there's room for the argument, of course, because sampling is such a big thing. Where you have like the Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5, that's messages are direct,
Yeah, and it's an amazing record though.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So I can't argue with it, but I just don't put,
from a producing standpoint, you like the more thought out, drawn out things, but
like I don't put Dre as the same as Premier. I don't.
A lot of people won't.
I have Dre as Dre, and he's good as Dre, what he does as Dre, but Premier to me is a different level.
Dre has some of the most iconic songs that are the soundtrack to my life.
I don't know if we talked about it or not, but we're talking about Havoc, right?
Yeah.
And Prodigy and Havoc were also South Central Cartel, but they're different people.
Two different people.
Different people.
But I do think that I've always thought that was really neat.
Yeah.
Havoc with like a C or a K.
Yeah, and then one's the East Coast, one's the West Coast.
Yeah,
they're both gangsters.
Yeah.
And I want to say one's a producer and the other one's like the main rapper.
It's really interesting how that just strangely parallels.
Yeah.
It just worked out that way.
Yeah, with South Central Cartel though, I think is way before Mobb Deep though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, but Mobb Deep turned it into what
right, of course.
The other line I wanted to drop because tis the season. I don't know if you caught this, but did you ever catch a little piece of the Christmas story in his bars?
On this song?
Yeah, on this song, Shoot 'Em Up.
No.
There's one line, dude. So, okay, verse 2. Driving through the roads, suburban Chevrolet, 6 tinted windows, and I'm on my way. To get up with my hose, I pull up to their house, not a freak to be heard. Nobody came out. There was not a...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was definitely done intentionally, man. Yeah. So he it's the one line where he references the holiday aesthetic.
And I've heard that song so many times for so many years until right now.
Yo,
you just said that. I was like, wait a second.
It was not a freak to be heard.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody came out. Not even a mouse.
See, I was thinking when he said the Christmas store, I was thinking like the
Should your eye out?
No, the Ralphie, get your eye out. Yeah. Like it comes so slow. He's like looking at it. The guy's like all with his foot all slow.
I'm talking about Triple OG, Night Before Christmas. Yeah, but no, you're right. That's it. Yo, Christmas movies, man. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Man, planes, trains, and automobiles, man. That's my job.
Oh, dude, that is.
But what is that? Thanksgiving or Christmas?
It's a little bit of both.
It's like right.
It's kind of like Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's like right in that.
Yeah, a little bit of all of the holidays. I was just saying.
Harry Potter's blasphemous Satan stuff on the Lord of our. On the day of our Lord.
No less on the Sunday we bring up the Potter.
On the year of our Lord.
My favorite Christmas movie, Die Hard. Alright. Batman Returns.
Mine, even though it's not, it's Mel Gibson and like, I don't know, Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon. Yeah, great Christmas
movie. Honey Tits.
Yo, it is. We're at that 43-minute mark. I don't know how long we're gonna get into the games. I want to get into them just in case we run over our cup here.
That's cool, man.
So traditionally we're gonna go ahead and hit up the games now, guys, and I want to talk about first off singles only. All right, which is unique in this one because besides from the deep cut Shoot 'Em Up, what chart topping singles is your favorite by Nas and why? Chart topping singles by Nas. Now, I will say this. The man has 79 singles.
It's impossible to tell you.
79 singles, bro. So the only ones I pulled from that 79 were not like him guest appearing, right? These are from Nas records or compilations of some capacity. And it's still this many fucking records. Yeah. We'll post it up there. You'll see what we're talking about. You pick the one from this list, all right? I'm not reading all of these, but we got like Halftime, The World Is Yours, Life's a Bitch, If I Ruled the World, Street Dreams, The Message. You got East Coast, West Coast Killers, Phone Tap.
East Coast, West Coast Killers, I forgot about that.
That's such a great record. That's group therapy when they were group therapy. Yeah. Hate Me Now, Nas is like,
God damn. All right, can we do the top 5 at least?
You want to do that? That's fair. I mean, there's too many to name.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's hard too.
Yeah, that is hard. But I'm gonna
Look at all of these records, man. Half of this shit is fucking iconic.
I'm gonna go ahead and just do it.
Which ones you gonna name?
So One Mic, obviously.
You're gonna do okay. That's fair. One Mic's up there.
That's you know. I like Hate Me Now, but I don't like. I don't like Diddy, man.
You don't even know if it's top 5 then.
He's on that.
Shit.
I do love that song. Phone Tap is one of my favorites.
Such a good record.
Man, I got your phone tapped. So what you gonna do? Cause sooner or later
we'll have your crew.
Man.
All we need now is the right word or two.
Yeah.
Stick it all together like glue. We got you.
Just that story. And they're like in the van.
And like you hear them like let me pet you. Yo, son.
With the mic.
And it's like now it's go nature. Yeah. Oh, dude, that.
What was it? Nokia.
Tap them on my black Nokia.
No, but so okay. So what do I got so far? 3 or 2?
You named
just
One Mic.
Just One Mic. I've only because the other one I hate.
You're not. You Hate Me Now. It's not going to give you props. Okay.
Okay. So One Mic.
Phone
Tap. Phone Tap. One Mic. That's 3 or 2. Street Dreams. Is 3. Man, I'm not even looking at this side.
There's a whole other side of records, man. There's some good ones over there. There's some good ones over there.
Well, Hip Hop Is Dead is a great one too.
I like that one a lot.
That's a good one too. All right, so far I have 3. Shit. Do you have I thought you. That's not
a single. But we will get to that.
Get Down is another one.
Get Down's a great record.
With James Brown.
Get Down.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's 4. And then I don't see New York State of Mine.
It wasn't a single though.
Oh, it's such a prolific song.
I know it's probably gonna be
And the last one
for deep cuts, it's hands down the best.
Life's a Bitch is going. The World Is Yours.
The World Is Yours. I was listening to that the other day, man. Dude, that song still goes hard, man.
That's where I ended mine.
It's mine. Whose world is this? I'm doing Life's a Bitch. AZ fucking comes out of fucking nowhere on that. I mean, rhyme pattern that I don't think at the time was even heard of.
I love his voice, man.
So good.
Yeah.
I mean, just his verse alone is top 5 on this list. I'm giving it that when I'm doing The Message instead of Street Dreams.
Okay.
The Message is so fucking good.
Yeah, that was great.
I absolutely love that record. I'll put Hate Me Now on there since you ain't doing it. I'm like an ass. So that's a great. I love that record.
Look. Real quick, I'm just gonna say this. Like, I may have not liked Puffy, and I still don't like him, but compared to what's out there today, Puffy to me is amazing.
That record's
That's where I'm putting it.
You Got Yourself a Gun was super dope. I don't want to do One Mic because you already did it. I mean, it's definitely on my top 5.
I mean, might as well, because that's just you.
But then, like, and this is just for me, man. Every Father's Day, on my way to my Father's Day breakfast with my daughter, I play Daughters. Okay. I love Daughters.
I don't think I've actually sat down and really heard that one.
It's an amazing beat. It's an amazing, I mean, it's an older, like, my daughter's only 9. Mm-hmm. You know, he's talking about, like, her Instagramming pictures of fucking condoms and shit. But, but the message there is like, you know, that's how God gets us back, is by making men have precious little girls. And when men and when your son goes out and he's playing games, it's just a chip off his own papa. But like, if somebody comes for your daughter, you're at the door with the soda. It's just an interesting dynamic that only a father-daughter understands. And I absolutely love that record. So that's going to be on my top.
I don't have a daughter. I don't understand.
Peace. That's why you can't do I Can either. That's why you don't have I Can. You got children on it.
That's why I kick him.
No. I mean, as far as like the more recent stuff, I mean, I love what he did with Damian Marley. I thought those records were super dope.
Yeah, that one's good.
My Generation. That shit was super dope. As far as those collaborations, hell yeah, Phone Tap, East Coast, West Coast Killer. Yeah, he had so many fucking bangers, man.
I mean, he's prolific, man.
Dude,
he's been doing it since.
I mean, whether it's the poppy shit or like the hard shit. So for me, I mean, look, it's hard to say out of that list. Like, I mean, all of these records
We can't
are
do
kind of. Did you pick one out of 79 Nas
We
records?
have to do 5 of these. And I think you're good with your, and I'm good with mine. I think.
I mean, those are all bangers and winners, man. All of those are winners and bangers.
Yeah.
Straight up and down.
That's the thing about Nas, man. Like, you can't go wrong. Even if you don't like 5 of his songs, 6 of his songs, 10 of his songs, he's got what? Hundreds of songs, man. Like,
he doesn't have that LL Cool J longevity yet. That KRS-One longevity. But man, he's got it. That catalog is big.
Yeah.
Catalog is huge, man.
Yeah.
So let's slide into the deep cuts.
Real quick, I wonder if he's had more songs than LL Cool J.
It's as far as singles go, maybe.
No, just in general, songs. Period. Like,
man, that is a Jeopardy question.
Yeah, because I'm like,
I'd like to find out about that.
He has been putting out shit.
I mean, recently he's been putting out stuff every fucking year.
Yeah, there was like a time where it was like a little bit of.
He just disappeared for a couple of years, but now he's putting one out annually.
Yeah, and like last time I heard LL put something out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It was like a decade ago.
Yeah, it was a while.
Yeah.
He's hung it up. He's doing podcasts. He's doing Rocky Bells. He's doing a lot of stuff.
Man,
movies, TV shows, all that. But as far as like deep cuts from Nostradamus, this is a tough one, man, because every record that I'm about to list pretty much is a winner, right?
Yeah.
So aside from the songs that garnered chart positions, which weren't going to be our picks anyway,
right?
What is your favorite record off of Nostradamus? We got Life We Chose, Some of Us Have Angels, Project Windows featuring Ronald Isley, Come Get Me, that's the DJ Premier record. Last Words featuring Nation, or as listed, it was the Millennial Thug back then. Family with Mobb Deep, God Loves Us, Quiet featuring the Bravehearts, Big Girl, and New World.
Man, so
like that's tough.
So okay, that's extremely tough. I ain't gonna lie. The best way that I can put this as like how I'll approach this choosing wise is what do I bump in my car most?
Okay, that's what a lot of people are gonna do. So, like, this is the one I actually throw on.
So what I bump in the car most is New World. I bump a lot of these. But the one I bumped the most is New World. This one after the New World is the one with Nation.
Last
Words of a Dying Slave.
Dude, that's a heavy record.
Yeah.
Nation did his thing, but man, that's got to be one of Nas's like nicest bars. Versus, I mean, people sleep on this one, I think.
And then after that one, it would be
I'm thinking you're gonna say
Some of Us Have Angels,
but you might also, I don't know.
See, the thing about Some of Us Have Angels, originally when I first heard that, it's like I didn't even get past the hook. Because some of us have angels. Like I was like, I'm not feeling this hook at all.
I liked it because underneath he's like talking about like holy power, righteous, and then on the devil's side he's talking about.
I know what he's.
I liked it,
but I didn't give it a chance. Just like you didn't give this album a chance.
Yeah.
I didn't give that song a chance until just 2, 3, 4 days ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, yo, this is amazing what he's talking about.
He's talking about some real heavy
and check it, like, for me, like, when I look at MCs, there's a couple things that come to my head as where would be a good writer or who's not a good writer. Okay, so, like, I know you, for instance, like The Fast, but I wouldn't say that The Fast is good writing.
Not always.
There's good writing.
It's a safe space for a lot of people.
Yeah, but it's not. But then I would look at like no bells and whistles, real mediocre flow. But some of the best writing is Scarface.
Just conversational.
And
Prodigy's like that.
Yeah,
that conversational.
Nas is like that.
Nas is definitely like that. And that's when he's in his pocket.
Yeah. So when I hear Nas and I hear Scarface and other heads that are within that space. To me, those are like the kings of rap, and that are from like our time. Prior to that, obviously KRS-One, Rakim, Public Enemy, all those heads, all those heads. But in our time, it was Nas.
Oh yeah,
Nas was everything and everyone, man. Everybody talked about Nas. I mean, it was just like,
who are the greatest rappers of all time? Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas. That's the argument, right?
Yeah.
Tupac.
And it's like crazy because you got to think about it. Like back in the day, it was New York. It was still New York.
Always New York.
And Pun was included with that.
Pun came into it.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. And what you have in the West Coast? We had Snoop. We had legends. Don't get me wrong, but at that particular time.
It was. You're right. Yeah. It was Death Row. It was ruthless. Like it was Snoop. It was Dog Pound.
But even that, like at that time, it was like Death Row was starting to kind of split, and
then the Bay Area and of that kind of like that wave king.
Yeah, but I remember that time significantly. Maybe because we're in the East Coast, just it was Nas and Mobb Deep. All the time.
Oh yeah.
But we'd hang out, Killer Army, Mobb Deep, and Nas.
Yeah, it was Wu and Nas and some Biggie, but it was Nas and Mobb for sure. Yeah. Cormega.
So that's the other question.
R.I.P. to what happened.
I know we have. Wait.
No, what happened to him? I didn't say. I corrected it because I didn't mean to say it that way. He didn't pass away. He's not dead. No. But he was in the firm. Affirmative action. He's on the record. And then him and Nas have a massive fallout.
Yeah.
And then he gets replaced by Nature.
Yeah.
And I think the firm would have been a very different album had Cormega been involved.
Okay, so now my question would lead to that. It's like, what do you think of Cormega?
He's one of my favorite rappers of all time.
Same here. And I'm like.
I literally just the other day, somebody passed away. I was listening to Fallen Soldiers because every time I hear it, because it makes you, it helps. You can get it off the chest.
Yeah.
Cormega should have sold.
I like that one, and I like that. It's like where it's like I sampled that too, but I made it my own way. And we were in the car.
Oh man, what was that?
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's like his famous shit. But anyway, it's like Cormega. Like I
like him better than Nature.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. And it just
sucks. I think that there's times where I think I like him better than Nature.
Yeah, and it sucks that Nas had that beat because like I really liked him, man. I like his voice. That album. It's such a great album. Yeah, so
top to bottom bang.
But I will say this: I do give it to Nas for introducing me to AZ, to Cormega,
if it wasn't for Nas, we wouldn't have heard anything.
Even to a degree, Foxy Brown.
Foxy
Brown, I knew, but I didn't.
We didn't listen until we got that Firm album, and we heard like the radio tracks.
So, okay, what do you think of that whole thing? I don't know if it's true or not, but what do you think of it if it is with the Firm writing her lyrics?
I don't care. I know that for a fact, Jay-Z definitely ghost wrote a couple of her records. It's been that's kind of common knowledge.
I mean, you can hear it. You can
hear it. Think about On the Firm, where Foxy Brown is talking about chopping it up those keys. And describing that in that detail.
With like the Black Jesus with Buddha or whatever.
A couple of keys, you chop it down and then I mix it, and that's bring in the other key that make it bring it through. And
but
I don't think she was going through that.
But I mean, you can still write it.
You can see it, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Because look, I will be honest, and I wish it wasn't this way. Like hip hop, as you guys know, we only had a couple females in the whole span of the whole thing,
and they got the same kind of shade as anybody else that was outside of the pocket. But women were always scrutinized.
But when Foxy Brown
and Lil Kim,
but see, this is the thing.
Thanks to Boo, when they were all coming up.
Foxy Brown, Lauryn Hill, Queen Latifah, not even.
You talking about like MC Lyte?
MC Lyte. Like
they were just rappers.
And this is the thing. It's like Foxy Brown, although she had that. She had her image.
Lil Kim had a lot more of that.
Like she didn't accentuate it to the point where it's like this is all I have. Mm-hmm. And
we're like oh no, what was her name? Eve. Eve
was on the right.
She was on the cusp, but no, I'm thinking more like Trini.
Yeah, from Miami.
Remember?
What's his name?
Trick Daddy and
yeah. Yeah, I think she definitely was like but
which led into what we're seeing today.
But I will say that I kind of don't want to believe that they wrote for Foxy.
I don't know.
I mean, even
there's been public disclosure.
Even if they did, I'm cool with it. I get it, but I'm just still to me, she's one of the best.
She's one of the best rappers of all time.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, they all have this. I mean, Ice Cube wrote half of almost all of NWA's shit. It doesn't mean that MC Rain was nice.
But Ice Cube is the best.
Yeah,
all of them.
Fine.
But see,
that doesn't. I'm not writing off Eazy-E
No.
at all.
But that's the difference. It's like with Foxy.
Eazy-E is a fucking beast, man. He's a legend.
Yeah. No, but with Foxy Brown,
Foxy Brown's a legend.
I would consider her a legend, even though.
I don't care about that. It's an industry thing, man. I mean, how many times have I wrote a hook for you, I get writer credits or whatever, and all of a sudden I'm involved in your record.
I get that, but
and then everybody out there who doesn't know what the hell happened in the room,
but it's like,
say, I wrote your shit.
Okay, but like Jean Grey, for instance, right?
Yeah, nasty. Bro.
Okay, now nobody would ever write.
No, she writing her
nonchalant.
Shit. Nobody writes. Yeah, she writing her shit. Snow the Product.
No, nobody writes.
No.
And man, Snow, she can rip it.
She can fucking go. Rod Digger can go.
Rod Digger's one of my favorites, man.
She can go.
She's like one of the hardest MCs out
just
there.
Just MCs, period, right? She's tough.
Yeah, man.
She's tough.
Man. No, I do. I still listen to Foxy Brown to this day, man. You know.
All right.
Sorry.
That was a massive tangent. Look. So my answer to because first off, I will say for New World, the second I heard it, I just started laughing. I was like, man,
because Chris always talks about it, but this is like a white person.
Toto Africa is for white people is one of my people's turn up records. Like whenever you hear Africa at a wedding, white people go fucking crazy. So the second I heard it, I was like, oh shit! It's in me. I can't help it. And then I listened to the lyrics. I was like, damn, he's talking some shit for the nation, brother. You don't understand, man. You don't understand, yo. No, but so yeah, New World is dope just in general, period. I'm just being funny about it. But last words, man. Nas's fucking verse about the prison cell shit.
God damn.
Whoa.
God damn.
Whoa. It was the only record on the album that when I was listening to it, I rewound it to
didn't Nas do the gun thing?
Yeah, he did. I Gave You Power.
Okay,
He's done a couple of things like that. He did rewind with the where he's doing everything backwards.
I remember you telling me about
that. It was super hot.
I feel like, okay, and then I definitely got to give to Nas as one of the greatest storytellers.
He's an amazing storyteller, and he's a prolific pen writer.
Yes.
But his pen game is poetic.
Yes.
He's a poet.
Yeah,
and people can say what they want.
Man, one of these days we gotta bring in one of our boys, Khalil, up in here, and he reminds me of Nas and
man, a lot.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, you take that pocket of MCs and you make it ultra nice. Mm-hmm. You got knowledge, boy. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Knowledge, man. That's our boy. That's our homie. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Last Words. I think.
Yeah,
and I love the Project Windows story arc. I love Some of Us Have Angels. Come Get Me with the premiere beat is super dope. I mean,
Come Get Me was sounding a lot good. Like Gangstar.
Yeah, and that was that old school. It's like this is the album you wish you had, right? Where it was just 12 records like that.
Blue balls, man. Case of blue balls. That's it. Man.
I got Nas's I got this. I want so much more.
Nas's
such a great record, man. Yeah. That's a premiere joint too.
Yeah.
Half men, half amazing. Oh, dude.
Yeah,
such a good one. So that's our deep cuts. Now the next part is, of course, the verses, and we're gonna start off with something kind of interesting. We'll post the picture up so that you can see it. But again, by the time you hear this or see this video, we have access to I Am the Autobiography. Okay. And again, look at the era. So we got I Am, Nostradamus, Cuban's Finest, The Lost Tapes, basically, and a handful of unreleased records that are super tight.
Hold your horses.
I can't wait to hear it.
Hold your horses here. I don't know nothing about what you're talking about right now.
So when Nas released I Am, it was a byproduct of MP3 bootlegging. Half of that album was leaked out. And so the record label was like, we got to do something different. And so he started recording new tracks, like Hate Me Now is one of them, right? And created a singular album called I Am. Now, by the time y'all see this, November 24th will have passed. November 24th is supposed to be the release. He is officially releasing I Am the Autobiography. And I don't know if it's just vinyl. By the time you hear this, we'll know. But they're going to release the true I Am Autobiography. And it's going to be this track list.
Hold on, let me
see. This track list. And so that's why we were listening to some of those unreleased records today, because that's a part of this. And my question for you for the verses today is from this double LP. What is the song off of this LP?
For me, I'm easy. With my eyes closed,
I bet I'm going to say the same thing. Undying Love, brother. Dude, heavy fucking. I can't tell you how many times in a dark place, heartbroken place,
man, you can only
cheated on
place. You can only understand this song if you've been there.
Yeah.
But goddamn, it happened to me. Look, I'm gonna put it out there.
All of us.
It happened to me, and I put all his fucking verse where he's like.
Then we alone
on Facebook, man.
We alone.
I was like, I understand now. But man, and when he's like, I tell my homie Horse to go up the stairs because he's like, he's like,
you never learn your lesson.
The way,
especially you never learn your lesson.
The way the story. He's like, he's starting off in the casino, you know, a guy like Al Pacino, man.
Yeah,
man, Robert De Niro.
yeah. But then he comes into the house and he sees the fan is like slowing down.
But see, okay. So this is my thing here, right? That song, okay. The song with Ronald Isley that
Project Windows.
No. That's with R. Kelly.
Oh, word. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I feel like those two songs are perfectly because the video of those songs with R. Kelly and Ronald Isley. What's the name of that song? Contagious. You're contagious, touch me, baby. Okay, that what happens in that is exactly what I just wish it was video for that.
Yo,
Undying Love, man. Oh,
I wish Undying Love had a music video.
I wish it was like Scorsese.
Yeah, what? Yeah. Or even. Man, yeah. Spike Lee would have been good.
Spike Lee too, but no, Scorsese.
Yo, Scorsese would have been a dope,
man. God.
Now we're just daydreaming, Yo, Undying Love for me is also the easy win there, man.
All right, but let me do a hard one, real quick. There's last words there.
I love Favorite for a Favorite with Scarface. But that's not
Favorite for a Favorite, such a good one.
It's such a good one, but it's not the one though.
No.
It's not the one. This is tough. If we're skipping Undying Love, this is really, really tough because all of these are really good. Some of the unreleased ones are super vicious. I love Small World.
I can't do this. I can't.
But I love Nas's Light. I mean,
look, oh God, man, I didn't even see Nas's Light.
Always survive. This one's we will survive, no matter what.
I think this is honestly, this has to be the hardest one.
It's because all of these, and so many of these, even like from like the Lost Tapes, like Drunk by Myself, God Loves Us, got last words on this too. Like Come Get Me's on this too. Fuck. The unreleased ones, when you guys, if you haven't heard them yet, there's a couple of those right here, like The Rise and Fall. My God. My worst enemy.
Okay, so Undying Love because it's Undying Love, but then after that, just for me, just to end it, I'm gonna go with the one favorite, Scarface.
It's so good though.
I'm just gonna have to go with that because Scarface is my guy.
You want what? If anybody could get it.
Yeah, man. Scarface is my guy. And
consider this a favor until I need a favor.
Yeah, man. It's
and it's also for Scarface. Like I don't know, flow wise, it was just so different for him.
Yeah.
He uses the word in his first verse. He uses the word motherfucker like 12 times, right? But then the motherfucker tried to accept it. And then my motherfucker trying to get me with the motherfucker dinky. Like, it's a very vulgar Scarface. I love it, dude. I love it. So the next one we're going to do is Nas and AZ. All right? These guys have partnered up on so many records, right? And I'm not saying Nas versus AZ. I think that a lot of people are just going to automatically be like, well, Nas, but then verse-wise, it's AZ. So that is kind of up in the air. But the records that they put out together is Life's a Bitch, More Money, More Murder, More Homicide, How You Living, The Flyest, We the Flyest, Gangsters, and The Essence.
Life's a Bitch.
Life's a Bitch, right?
Life's a Bitch.
So if we, and I think everyone's going to say it. So if we say Oh man, Life's a Bitch. Forgot to visit bitch divorce. Yo, if we don't do Life's a Bitch, because I know I think everyone's gonna say that. So we got More Money, More Murder, More Homicide, How You Live, and The Flies, and The Essence. All of these are great records. These are just the
I know why you did that, but I'm like, man, you gotta put the firm up in that motherfucker.
Well, and I did, because those have Nature on it. They got Fox. There's that unreleased record that was supposed to be on the firm called Time. That was AZ, Nas, and Nature's amazing.
Yeah, and then for this, then
I'm without a doubt More Money, More Murder, More Homicide.
I would have to say that too.
I mean, for me, that is a Scorsese record.
Yeah, that is.
Just the whole vibe of it.
That is. But my favorite though is
Life's a Bitch is unbelievable.
No, but I mean, out of all them, my favorite is Life's a Bitch.
Yeah, hands down.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but AZ on More Money?
No, that's what I'm saying. He's good.
I mean, AZ on Life's a Bitch, but like...
Yeah, I'm saying it's good, but my favorite is Life's a Bitch.
He's like... what does he say? He's like... what,
I love it.
No.
I love it.
My algebra on a higher caliber. Oh, I don't even remember, man. Oh,
all right, but let me ask you this right quick. What's your favorite AZ song, period?
That is tough, man.
I got one right off the top. Sugar Hill.
I knew you were going to say Sugar Hill. You always bring up Sugar Hill. You know what? There's this one record that he did, and it's not as big as any of the other ones that come from that era, but he did this. I've had some problems, and no one was here to solve them. Yo, first off, that sample's vicious. That beat is vicious. But I love it. And when we get off the show, I'll play it. Yeah. I love Problems. Problems, I don't know why, man. It's good. It's not on the same wave as like, Uncut Raw. Records like that, which like flow-wise is just bananas.
Sugar Hill to me.
Sugar Hill is such a vibe. Yeah, like you can see it.
It puts you there, man.
You're there.
It puts you there. He's like in something, sun-shaded beaches or something like that with like my little cup and that beat, man.
It's so good.
Man.
It's a chill ass beat, and it's
hook,
like sort of his pocket,
right? And the hook too. Like,
I wanna chill
on Sugar Hill. Man, I remember I picked up this girl once, and it was one of Sean's friends, and like I was bumping that shit. And she was sitting in the back, and I had like the shit all loud on the bass. She's like, "Who is this?" And she was a little bit younger. I was like, I looked at her. I was like, "Get out of the car."
Fuck out of here.
Get out of the car.
Yo, the way she was singing, man, she was hitting that high note like Mariah, dog. Like, Mariah. Go back like, baby, pacify this. Didn't see coming, did you? No.
But I was gonna say, you could feel that.
It's soul, man. It's body, man. So the last one I wanted to do, well, no, we got two more. So the next one I wanted to do is the Second Chance verses. So the collaborative record. So we got Group Therapy, which is Nas, KRS-One, B Real, and RBX. We have The Firm with Nas, AZ, Foxy Brown, and Nature, and or Carmega, or Distant Relatives with Nas and Damian Marley. Not saying which one's the best. Not which one's the best. We could get more albums by these collaboratives.
I mean, you can do it for all of them.
I mean, I would love that, but I mean, I'm saying, just one album. That's just these three.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
That'd be amazing. It's just like 20 tracks, and it's just like nothing but these.
No, well, okay. So, this part I think might be the extreme hard part for me.
Because all of these, first off, The Firm, it's not that it necessarily, I mean, look, a lot of people consider it a flop. Having a new version of it where they got a second chance at it, I think would be incredible. But we only heard East Coast, West Coast Killer from Group Therapy. And imagine what an album of that would be like.
I know.
With KRS-One and Nas.
I know.
With Be Real. And then that energy from RBX. Like,
okay, and then Damian and Nas.
But yeah, one of the best fucking, like, out of nowhere collaborations ever. Like, whoa. We get a second chance with one of these.
I think, God.
With one of these. Fucking Red, only one.
Okay, you're gonna be surprised what I'm gonna say.
I don't know.
Because
I think all three of them are meritable. Man.
Yeah, all of them are meritable. But I have to say that I find myself listening more to Nas and Damian Marley.
It's an amazing record, right? I mean, every record on that is so hard.
I listen to
Do you want to hear another one of those?
I mean, I want to hear more. All of them, but I think I'd be more inclined to again, I'm basing this off of what I would listen to most. So, like the one with Be Real and Be Real's my man, and not man. Forget about it. Like that.
Can you imagine the whole album of that?
But
we missed something.
But would I listen to that more than I would listen to? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it would be like a one-time, maybe two-time thing, but you'd go back to the game.
Yeah, and then with the Firm, it's the same thing. Would I listen to that?
I think with the Firm, it's a higher risk.
It's a higher risk.
I think out of all of them, at least like we know we're gonna get something really solid with this Irrelevance too, right? Yeah. And I think with Group Therapy, it would be interesting enough where we would hear something like that we've never heard before. Right. And the Firm, we already had it. We wanted something from it. We didn't. Not everybody necessarily got what they wanted from it. Would it be a repeat of that? Is it too late now for them to even do it? Like I can't imagine RBX
with Cormega too.
Yeah, and that's why I said or Cormega, because like if Cormega was involved, I think it would be an interesting thing.
Yeah, I don't think that changes the whole.
I think it would change it.
Because if Cormega wasn't involved, then I would easily be like, nah to that.
Let's just do this then.
Yeah.
I'm going Group Therapy because I just think that's such a one. Like, I didn't know. I just thought it was a song where these four cats came together, and it was a compilation album, but they called it Group Therapy. This was supposed to be a group, a super group. What the fuck would have that been like?
That's what I'm saying. Like that one is hard for me to be like, but
with Dre on production.
Yeah, but again, I go more with. I mean, because like that feeling of that album is primal.
No, it is primal. It's a great way to put it.
It's primal. Like that stuff's good to listen to, but you listen to that Damien and Nas, you're like, you think about like your past lives. You know what I mean? You think about like,
let's go back.
Yeah,
back in the time.
Yeah, all that. So more. I'm just like I can put it in the car and be like, drive to West Virginia and just listen to the whole way there and just be like.
I would love to hear people in the comment section about this one in particular because like this is a tough one.
Yeah, but I still go with. I mean, it is a tough one. But I still go with.
All right, man. All right.
It's got a feeling. It's got that at least for me that revolutionary feel, like the African feel, the primal feel, the roots feel. You know
the roots feel.
Yeah, so I think that's why I was going. I enjoy it more. I listen to it more often. But the other ones, I mean, I think
it would be interesting, man. I think it would be interesting to hear a Group Therapy album today.
Yeah.
Like all of those guys are in just such different places now.
But it's the same. It's like the same with like They Hit 'Em High.
Man, I would love them on a Tire album with
this Be Real, Busta Rhymes, Cool J. Who else? Method Man.
Coolio.
God, and who else? I want to say it was 5 or 6. Either way, man. Either way. What was the name of that movie? I don't even know the name of the
Looney Tunes, man.
The Looney Tunes basketball.
With Michael Jordan.
Space
Jam. Everybody get up. It's time for the Space Jam.
Watch the movie just for that song.
Yo, it's so good. Like when they come out.
Hit 'em up.
Yeah, we the Monstars. You know what I'm saying? Yo.
What up, Doc?
Yo, I love it, man. Yo.
That was a great one.
I love that one, man. No Nas on that one, though.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, that's like another.
But I hear what you're saying, like you got them all together like that. That was fire. I love Cool J was on it. Yeah, you said that.
Yeah, Method Man, Cool J, Busta.
And then Coolio. That was it. I think that was everybody.
Yeah, but like, just listening to it.
That's still a banger record,
and you can't get it.
I know because
you fucking get it, man.
All the fucking politics, man. Only just watching it right here on YouTube.
Yeah, like I have to do my little Russian secret hacks to get into YouTube. That'll be another story. I'm gonna listen.
Oh my land!
I'm gonna put up my phone.
Nas is like.
Nas is like.
All right, and then the very last one. Now, let me preface it like this then. Because this may not be for debate. It may not be, but I'm talking about sonically and content-wise today. Illmatic versus The Mess. It was written.
Wait.
The albums. Illmatic. It was written.
Today.
Listening to them today.
Holy shit, motherfucking man. Nas is the hardest games and verses.
This has been a really difficult verses this month, man. These are hard because, like, I mean, and again,
Okay.
this could go either direction for me.
Okay, so I go. I am. Is that what the
That was the third one. So we got, and if you want to have that in the conversation too,
no. What's the two?
Illmatic.
Illmatic.
And It Was Written.
And It Was Written. Okay.
Illwritten's got Street Dreams.
Yeah.
It's got If I Rule the World.
Hush your face. All
I
right.
Gave You Power.
Hush your face. So, now this is gonna be. Oh God.
It's hard, man.
Okay.
I don't know.
Again, see, this is all has to go. The only way I can base anything off of Nas is what I listen to the most.
Okay.
And I would go with It Was Written.
Is that a spicy take, Internet?
I listen to that album more than I listen to Stillmatic, but Stillmatic I do listen to it a lot. Or not Stillmatic, Illmatic. I listen Stillmatic or Illmatic?
No, it's Illmatic.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. These are the two records.
I listen to both of them more than most records, but I listen to It Was Written more.
It's so hard, man, because the things that I like about Illmatic are it's a flawless album.
Yeah.
Top to bottom.
Yep.
It Was Written, I think, maybe had one or two tracks that were none of them were skippable.
No.
But there are a few where it's like,
Yeah.
versus what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But you have records like The Message, I Gave You Power, Street Dreams, If I Ruled the World. My God, these are fucking monsters.
And then, again, with Nas, it's hard to say, well, I like his like not poppy shit, and I like his poppy shit.
Yeah,
it's you're gonna like both. You're gonna like both. You're gonna like I mean, even though like Illmatic, see. Like a lot of these are both poppy and they're like not. I wouldn't say underground, but they're both poppy, but they're not poppy.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Right on that cusp, made it work out.
Yeah, like all of this shit is poppy, not poppy.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, especially the Street Dreams or I Rule the World. Like those are like
just records.
Yeah,
they're just good records.
Like I mean, like you can listen. You're never gonna be like, oh, you just listen to pop. But then you hear somebody be like, oh, that's poppy. You know what I mean? Like
it's also like those are records I wouldn't hear in a club. I can't imagine being like, yo, throw on Street Dreams so we can dance.
Unless it's like a club that we kind of like, we chill.
Any like 90s thing, like, we're chilling. But I don't see people getting up ready to like bump to If I Ruled the World, like start dancing to it. Head nod shit.
Yeah.
It's all it is. It's like you posted up with that. And it's more retrospective. It's like thinking about like just the depth of it. I don't know.
Imagine, man.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's so that's why
you're gonna go with It Was Good.
Yeah, just because it has that. I think.
I kind of want to go with It Was Written too. I kind of want to go.
It's not in any way.
I love Illmatic.
Yeah. But I listen to It Was Written more often.
It's so tough, man. Like it's for me. It's like the more iconic records are Illmatic. Like New York State of Mind, Life's a Bitch, One Love, right? But like sonically and a lot of like the more mature stuff too, like with I Gave You Power and stuff like it's The Message. I don't know.
But
I think it has to go.
But out of everything. Again, I probably said this already, but my number one Nas song is Undying Love.
I love Undying Love.
That's my number one.
That's one of my favorite records, hip hop records of all time.
Yeah.
Just of all time.
It's a great song.
It's a powerful one. I mean, that's from I Am, dude. Like, around the downfall of Nas, right? Like, that's how people want to look at it.
That's how.
I'm telling you right now.
For me, that was the epitome of his best.
Yeah, I thought it was the most fleshed out Nas has ever been.
Like again,
they had some songs that like the Money thing, the KISNG joint, whatever. Yeah, but like the bulk of that album is fucking fire.
But it's just that Undying Love, and again the R. Kelly and Ronald Isley. I want to say there's like I want to say they sampled the same music.
It's possible.
La 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 la. Na 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 na. Like I don't know, Iceland does that on both songs.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah.
There's another song that I think Tupac sampled that.
Nah, well that's
Right.
We're not talking about Tupac.
Not on the Nas show.
No, this is New York. All right? This is New York. Even though Tupac is from the East Coast.
Oh,
snap,
my
son.
God, there we go, man.
Betrayal of the East.
Oh my God, the drama.
Gotta stick to the East Coast.
Oh my land.
Nah, it's all good. West Coast, East Coast.
This is
everybody kill up.
This is such an interesting episode because we came in here to talk about Shoot 'Em Up, and we probably gave y'all about a good 7 minutes of Shoot 'Em Up.
No, man, it's
because
good.
Nas is just so much more to this. You know, it makes it really difficult to just focus on the record and stuff, particularly when you kind of get the gist of it. Like, it's an ultra-violent record. It's got that Christmas theme with the Carol of the Bells thing. Havoc did his thing, and Beat is dope, and it's a great record. And I would honestly say, as somebody who slept on Nostradamus, as a lot of people have just written it off as it's whack, go and listen to it again. Sit down and listen to it, and actually listen to it from top to bottom, and give this album a second chance, or a first chance, like me, right? Because I thought it was really dope, and it's way doper than my opinion of Nostradamus has changed entirely.
Yeah, it's
after really giving it a shot.
It's like I said, it's a little bit different album than most of his other albums. Because after this is different than before this is different. This is like the transition album.
This is a very transitional period.
But man,
this whole era is a transitional period.
But I tell you, I've never heard Nas talk about these kind of things on any other album. You know what I mean? So in that sense, I'm like, yo, I give him that because he proved to me in this album that he's a well-rounded writer. You know what I mean?
He's definitely street laureate. Poet.
Yeah.
You know?
So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are Audi 5000.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up, man. I appreciate y'all listening. Please like, subscribe, share for Remember the Record, the Rapper's Corner. Thank you to our fans who have been listening so far.
We forgot last time, but he is
Johnny Warbucks. You can find my music on Bandcamp and Spotify. You got Kalishnikov Red.
Same thing on the Apple Music, all those sites.
Check them out. Rapper's Corner on YouTube. All of our social media stuff is the Rapper's Corner or Rapper's Corner.
Yeah.
Everything from X to TikTok. Come and find us. We got new stuff coming out all the time. December, here we are. We hope you guys have that happy holiday season. We hope you have a good round out to 2023. And, next year.
Yeah.
What we gonna do, man?
It's something that has to do what we gonna do. With. That's all.
I don't think we need to. Is it ever a secret when it comes to that Happy New Year?
I know Mariah doesn't think it's a secret.
No,
because me and Mariah go back
like babies and pacifiers. Hey, yeah, did it for you twice this time, man. Happy holidays, man. Happy New Year.
Yeah, no, and this is gonna be our new setup here for the time being.
Yeah, give us feedback on the quality of the light, the sound, all that stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna have this cool thing here in the background soon. It's gonna be cool lit and everything.
Wifey hooked it up with a really dope thing.
Surprise.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see it when we get to it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Check us out for Reels, like our shit, share our shit. Nah, gotta break your legs.
That's right, man.
But
enjoy yourselves and be safe, yo.
Enjoy this the new year and all that stuff, man. Peace out.
We out.
Oh shit.
What? No, not again. Why?
6 reasons why this kid should die. We shooting every motherfucker outside. Pulled on his block, jumped out the car, guns in our hand. At the same time, everybody ran. There that nigga go, hiding in the crowd. Let the trigger blow. 7 shots, now we lying on the ground. Blood on the floor, then we shot some more niggas he was with. 2 niggas hit, 1 nigga fell. 144, 245, 3 loaded clips. 4 niggas roll, 1 nigga drives. Shoot. 144, 245, 3 loaded clips, 4 niggas roll, 1 nigga drives. Shoot, 500 been 10, 6 reasons why this kid should die. We shooting every motherfucker outside. Pulled on his block, jumped out the car, guns in our hand. At the same time, everybody ran. There that nigga go, hiding in the crowd. Let the trigger blow. 7 shots, now we lying on the ground. Blood on the floor, then we shot some more niggas he was with. 2 niggas hit, 1 nigga fell.